Let me paint a picture. You're about to build your first house. You've saved, you've planned, you're ready. Someone refers you to an architect. Things go well, and then they send you a fee proposal. And somewhere in that document is a number that makes you pause. Not because you can't afford it necessarily, but because you are not entirely sure what you are agreeing to pay for, when you're paying it, or why it's structured the way it is. That moment, that pause, is exactly what this video is about. So let's do this plainly. Here's the money, here's what triggers it, here's what you get for it, and here's why it's structured the way it is. No brochure language, just the actual explanation nobody sat down and gave you before. Let's take a 1 million Ghana cedi project as an example. That's our construction budget for this entire video. We will follow that number from the first conversation with an architect all the way to handover and track every fee payment along the way. Starting with the total. Architectural fees in Ghana are guided by the Ghana Institute of Architects. The scale sets a minimum of 8% of your total construction cost for new residential work. On 1 million Ghana cedis, that's 80,000 cedis as a starting point. Now, the word minimum is doing a lot of work in that sentence. 8% is the floor, not the ceiling. For more experienced architects or highly regarded practice, or a complex or high-end project, the fee moves accordingly. You are to some extent paying for the reputation and judgment behind the work. That's worth knowing before you start shopping purely on price. Here's the other thing most people don't know. That percentage is not applied to a confirmed number. At the start of a project, your construction cost is still an estimate. It only gets confirmed once the design is done and the work has been priced. The fee gets recalculated as the project gets more defined. So you're not locked into a number calculated on a guess. And the 80,000 cedis, or whatever the agreed total works out to, is never one invoice. It's structured across stages. Each stage has its own fee portion, triggered only when that stage is complete and the deliverables handed over. Your financial exposure at any point is limited to the stage you're in. That's a meaningful protection most first-time clients don't realize they have. Let's go through each stage. Stage 1, Inception. No formal fee at this stage, but don't get too excited. In practice, most architects will require a commitment fee before any work begins. This is a separately negotiated amount, typically somewhere between 0.5% and 1% of the estimated project cost, agreed upfront and treated as a payment on account toward the total fee. On a 1 million cedis project, that's somewhere between 5 and 10,000 cedis before a single drawing exists, which is the part where someone watching this will say, "So I'm paying money to have a conversation?" Well, not exactly. You're paying to make the engagement real, to signal that you're serious and to give the architect the confidence to begin investing time in your project. An architect who takes on work without a commitment fee is essentially funding the early stages of your project themselves. Most learn that lesson once, some learned it twice, very few made it to a third time. This is also where the architect visits your site, starts understanding what you actually need, and begins stress testing whether your expectations and your budget are on speaking terms. Most people arrive with a vision, some arrive with a Pinterest board, a few arrive with a hand-drawn sketch from 2019 that has been quietly updated every 6 months. The architect's job here is to listen, ask the right questions, and translate all of that into something physically and financially buildable. And even before a single line is drawn, this is already the stage where the most expensive mistakes get made or avoided. Stage 2, Architectural Design. 1% of the total fee. That's 10,000 cedis. This is where the project becomes visual for the first time. The architect develops the brief, prepares design options, tests layouts and orientations, and starts narrowing toward a direction you both agree on. Floor plans, massing studies, early 3-dimensional views. This is a stage clients tend to love. It's also where reality sits down across from your Pinterest board and begins a very patient, very expensive conversation. Because design is not just about making something that looks good. It's about testing whether what looks good actually works spatially, structurally, and within your budget. The architect is checking whether the layout is efficient, whether the circulation makes sense, whether the form you love is going to become financially painful further down the line. The dramatic cantilever, the double volume entrance, the full glass facade, all still on the table at this stage. Just that now with the structural engineer quietly doing the math in the background. 1% triggered when those first design proposals are presented. And the most important thing to understand, changes here cost almost nothing. You're moving lines on a screen. That exact same change requested during construction is a completely different and significantly more expensive conversation. Okay, let's take a pause for a second. Hi, I'm Hassan, a chartered architect with over a decade of experience in residential, hospitality, and real estate projects. Through this channel, I aim to simplify the process of working with an architect and help you create successful, meaningful projects in Ghana, whether you're based locally or abroad. If you find these insights valuable, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback helps shape future content. And for additional ways to support the channel, check out the links in the description. And why not share with a friend? You never know who you might be saving. Okay, back to the video. Stage 3, production drawings. 3%, 30,000 cedis. This is the largest single workload stage of the entire project and the one most consistently underestimated by first-time clients. It covers two things. First, developing the approved concept into a fully technically coordinated design. Structure, roofing, drainage, electrical, all resolved together with input from the relevant consultants. Then translating all of that into the complete drawing package a contractor actually uses on site. Dimension floor plans, sections, elevations, material schedules, construction details, everything a contractor needs to build the project without making design decisions themselves. Because without this, contractors will make decisions confidently, constantly. Not out of bad faith, just because the information wasn't there. And those decisions compound quietly across the build. A window slightly off, a ceiling that drops unexpectedly because of an unresolved services clash, a material substituted because the specification wasn't clear enough to enforce the original choice. None of it is catastrophic in isolation, but by handover, you are standing in a building that is almost what you designed. Almost is not what you paid for. 3%, 30,000 cedis triggered when the full package is complete and issued to the contractor. Stage 4, supervision. 4%, 40,000 cedis. Release in portions as construction progresses. This is the only stage not triggered by a single deliverable, triggered by time and by progress on site, and the largest single portion of the entire fee, bigger than the design stage, bigger than production drawings, because supervision is not passive, it is continuous professional engagement from the day construction starts to the day you receive your keys, visiting site, reviewing work against drawings, resolving contractor queries before they become contractor assumptions, and protecting the design intent of everything decided and documented in the stages before. Without it, the drawing package becomes a document a contractor refers to selectively. The design intent erodes, not dramatically, quietly, through the slow accumulation of small practical decisions made by people who were not supposed to be making them. 4% across the construction period to protect a 1 million cedi build. If you're looking for somewhere to cut, this is genuinely the last place to look. But unfortunately, this is the biggest mistake many people make. So 1 million cedis, 8% minimum, a commitment fee at inception, 1% at architectural design, 3% at production drawings, 4% across supervision. Each payment tied to a specific milestone, each one sized to reflect the actual workload and responsibility at that point. Here's the mindset shift I want you to leave with. Architectural fees are not a cost sitting on top of your construction budget. They are an integral and indispensable part of it and what determines how well your construction budget gets spent. Skipping stages or cutting the fee until the service becomes something nominal doesn't save money. It relocates the cost into the construction phase, where everything is more expensive, less controllable, and significantly harder to fix. The fee was never the expensive part. What the fee was supposed to prevent, that's the expensive part. If you're about to build for the first time and want a proper conversation about your project before anything starts, my consultation link is in the description. That conversation costs a lot less than the mistake it prevents. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our videos. Do share as well, you never know who you could be saving. Always looking forward to your questions, comments or feedback. Let's shape this channel together. And on that note, it's bye from me for now. Until the next one. Cheers.